Hello students, how are you? I think all you are fine there and home. So today we are going to begin with the part 3. The name of the lesson? Yes, your assumption is good. It is children at work. Fine. So let's begin with this. Just recall what we have read in the previous video. We just completed the part 2, is it? And we have discussed comprehension check questions. Now, here Velu and Jaya are struggling hard to get some food somewhere from somewhere from dustbins, which was kept outside to a Kalyana Mandap, which is kept outside to a wedding ceremony hall. Now both of them finding a food there outside, and they are searching a food through which they can fill their stomach. So let's begin with the part 3, what this part 3 tells about to the remaining portion. So before, let's revise some main points of this part. So here first point, what it says, there is a row of huts near some dirty puddles. So now he is moving behind Jaya, and Jaya is going towards her home, and she want to make her sack empty there and want to take another sack and go back to sell it. So this boy Velu is following Jaya, and he observes that there were small huts which were constructed illegally beside to the drainage system of Chennai. So this is what. And another point says here, outside one of the huts, Jaya dumps her sack. One of the huts, Jaya dumps her sack. It means that hut belongs to Jaya and her family is residing or living in that hut. Now comes to another point here. We have grateful to his friend. Velu thinks of the days ahead. So here Velu's do a memorization, of his previous days, of his past memories, what he had spent there in his own village. So a happyful joy, a happyful moment, what he used to practice with his friends. So this is what he is getting a memory, getting a glance of thinking or thoughts over those days. So this is what here Velu is thinking about past days, and he want to compare these days with past days. There is a huge difference among it. So let's begin with the text, what this text says here. So here the first line begins like this. Jaya and Velu walked along the roads for half an hour until they came to a bridge across a dirty trickle of water. We are in Traplican now. See, that's Buckingham Canal, said Jaya. See here, so Jaya is making a fun of Velu. Hey Velu, see, we are walking over a bridge, and this bridge is flowing with a water, and this water is a dirty water of whole city, and this water is passing through a drainage system, through a drainage canal throughout from one place to another. Now we are in Traplican. Traplican is an area where Buckingham Canal might be situated. So she is taking a fun of Velu. Velu, see how beautiful it is. But Velu is not paying attention towards her because he knows that she is making a fun of him. तो दोनों बहुत खुशी हो रहे हैं इस ड्रेनेज को देखने के बाद. यह ड्रेनेज बहुत ही गंदा पानी है और यहाँ पर जया वेलू का मजाक उड़ाती है. देखो, यह एक बकिंघम कैनाल है जहाँ से फ्रेश वाटर पास होता है, लेकिन ये बिल्कुल गंदा पानी है जो पूरे चेन्नई सेंट्रल सिटी का उस कैनाल के थ्रू फ्लो होता है और वह जाके एक सी और ओशन में मिल जाता है. तो यह बताना चाहती है कि हमारा चेन्नई कैसा है, कितना सुंदर है, यहाँ के लोग कितने प्रदूषित हैं जो इस पूरे सिटी के वातावरण को प्रदूषित कर रहे हैं थ्रू दिस कैनाल. नाउ लेट्स बिगिन विद एन अनदर पेज. नाउ कम्स टू पेज नंबर 14. Yes, now here page number 14. Yes, Velu stared. Now Velu is staring thoroughly. Is this Buckingham Canal or she is making a joke with me? So now Velu gets no, she is taking a fun of me. Now here, let's begin with this. Yes, this one. This was a canal. Near some puddles of water was a row of strangest huts he had ever seen. They were built out of all sorts of things: metal sheets, tires, bricks, wood, and plastic. They stood crookedly and looked as if they would fall any moment. Now, this boy, a fellow, is looking thoroughly over that drainage system, and beside to that he have seen that there were many huts. They were just constructed beside to this drainage system. If a flood comes, these all huts will get merged in this drainage system and they will get flooded along with this dirty water. So this is what he is assuming, and he is telling these huts were built up just beside to the drainage systems, and they were made up of metal sheets. See, metal sheets, tires, bricks, wood, and plastic. So he is differentiating these kind of houses with the big buildings what he seen across the whole city. Now let's begin from this paragraph here. Yes, they stood crookedly and looked as if they would fall any moment. Is this where you live? Question mark. Who asked this question? Velu is asking a question to Jaya. These houses are strange, said Velu. In our village, the houses are made of mud and plain leaves. So this is what he is comparing with his own houses and Jaya's house. In my village, the houses were so strong, they were made of mud and palm leaves. Do you know a coconut tree? Yes, the palm leaves looks like a coconut tree's leaf, and these all huts were made like this. Your house was so untidy and it is no sanitized because it is just constructed beside to the drainage system, and it looks so awkward. It is not so good also. So this is what here Velu is telling to Jaya. Now here Jaya went around to one of the huts and dumped her sack outside. Then she picked up an empty one. Let's go. She turned to Velu and gave him a shove. At least help me now. Here, wear this and come with me. She threw him a pair of old shoes without laces and pushed a sack and a stick in his hands. Velu was confused. What work did she want him to do with these things? The only work he had ever done was on the landowner's farm, weeding and taking cows out to graze. Are there any farms in the city? He asked Jaya. See how funny Velu is. Now Velu is just waiting outside to Jaya's home, and this Jaya empty her sack and taken another sack and gives to Velu. Hey Velu, take this sack, take this stick and wear this useless shoes without any laces. Wear it and come with me and help me to collect some plastic and all those things. If you work with me, you are going to fill your stomach. But here Velu, नहीं, मैं यह नहीं कर सकता. मुझे कोई फील्ड चाहिए क्योंकि मैं फील्ड में काम करता हूँ. मैं खेती बाड़ी में विश्वास रखता हूँ. जब मैं गांव में था तो मैं खेती बाड़ी किया करता था किसी लैंड ओनर के खेत में. मैं वहाँ पे बीजों को उगाता था, अपने गाय भैंसों को चारा खिलाता था. ये सब मुझे काम आता है. क्या इस सिटी में कोई बड़ा सा खेत है? दिस इज़ वॉट ही इज़ एक्सपेक्टिंग फ्रॉम Jaya. And what Jaya says, let's have a look over in another page. See students, it is becoming more interesting and interesting when the conversation is going on. So the children at work, see how they are working, how they are struggling hard to fill their stomach. Okay, they were not like you who were just dependent on your parents, and you are studying here and coming daily and paying some attention towards your studies, but you don't have a taste of how these small children are working, and they take on whole responsibility on their head. So in the same manner, you have to also take the responsibility one a day when you will get prepared. Okay, so just have a look in another page. Now here we have the last page of the children at work. So here we are going to discuss about the conclusion portion of this whole lesson. Now let's begin from here. I'm taking here. Yes. She laughed and thumped her stick on the ground. Farms? There are no farms here. We are rag pickers. Hey you Velu, are you a mad person? No, Okay, there were no farms at all here in these cities. Okay, here people are struggling to get some square feet of land, and you are asking a big farm where you want to work. No, we are not like that. We are rag pickers, okay, who used to collect plastic bottles and all those things and sell them in somehow in minimum rate, and we will fill our stomach. We are totally dependent on daily wages rather than like you, okay, where you have to work very hard in the farm and you will get some amount of money, okay, in a month or in the same way. So she is laughing and thumping her stick on the ground, and she is okay, feeling somehow funny over this Velu. Here Velu answers, rag pickers, see my sack full of things I collected. Collected from where? Asked Velu. See my sack. All this sack is full of plastics and I have collected. And here Velu asked, from where did you collected this whole materials? From rubbish bins. Where else? You collect rubbish? Velu had never heard of such a thing. Hey, blockhead. See, hey, blockhead, it's not any rubbish, only paper, plastic, glass, such things. We sell it to Jam Bazaar, Jaggu. See here, and she is telling, we used to collect some rubbish things like paper, plastic, glasses and keep it in our sack. And this person is telling, who? Velu. This rubbish? No, I am not used to collect this kind of rubbish things because I am a very neat boy. I didn't did any kind of activity there in the village. So you are giving me this work. And this girl Jaya is telling, hey, you blockhead, you don't know such a common sense that we should collect it rubbish, and it is a okay that stomach filler for us, and we are going to sell it in Jam Bazaar, okay, and the name of the person is Jaggu. Fine. So let's begin from here. Velu was puzzled. He had heard of people throwing away rubbish, but why would anyone want to buy rubbish? So here Velu was totally puzzled, and here he had heard that people throwing away rubbish and some of them collecting this rubbish and purchasing it to the peoples who were in the need of it. And here he asked one question, who's Jam Bazaar Jaggu? Why he is buying all this? This is question what he is asking from Jaya. You think he buys it for show? He sells it a factory. Come on, I don't have time to waste like you. And she is too busy in her work, and she intimate to him, hey, you come on, let's have a work. I don't have a time like you, how you are just wasting your time in a spare. Come and join me. I have to do many work because till evening I have to submit some 2 or 3 sacks and get some money. So here Velu says, Velu did not move. He hadn't run away and come to this new place to dig through garbage bins. Jaya poked at him with her stick. Look here, she shouted. If someone gets there before us, we don't get anything. Don't just stand here, pausing. Big hero, I am trying to help you. Who filled your stomach today? Now she's telling, don't stand idle, follow me. Okay, let's go to that garbage bin, otherwise someone else go and they will collect all useful things from that garbage and he can move away. So before that we has to go there and collect all the useful things and sell it somewhere in the job market. And I'm giving you assurance that I'm going to fill your stomach how I used to fill your stomach today. Now let's move fast. Now she is telling to Velu. Now Velu scratched his head and shied. I will do it for now, he thought, until I find a better job. Now Velu is telling, okay, fine, I will follow you until and unless I could find another better job, I can do this, no problem. So this is what the children at work. It tells the story. Small children, because of the child discrimination, child this one feticide, they were totally criticized, discriminated by some elders, by the group of peoples, and in a fear they migrate to the cities in a search of work to become such a rich people, but they couldn't, and they will just trap inside these kind of activities for the whole life. They were dependent on collecting all these kind of things and filling their stomach. So this is what happening with these child, and this is what called child labor also. In an age where value has to go to school, like you, how you are coming daily to the school, in the same age he is working hard for filling his stomach. See, in such a small age value has to depend on himself. He don't keeping any expectation over his parents. So this is what here value does here. So this life shouldn't be given to everyone. So okay, yes, we can expect the self dependency of a student, but we can't think like this, that our student should work like this. Here students, what you should learn from this lesson, that see, just a small children are working hard daily. Okay, they are picking the racks and selling it to the market and purchasing a good amount. So you shouldn't do like this, but you should be self dependent on your own work rather than depending on your parents. Okay, so here you have to work your parents in household work. After all, they are doing very hard to make you to study, to make you a good personality. So you should also help them in a household work also. So here students, we have completed the whole lesson, the children at work, and it is written as we have discussed about these writers, Geeta Wolf, Anushka, Ravi Shankar, Orjit Sen. So these are on rack picker children and recycling. This is what here a short story is taken by these three writers. So here we have comprehension checks. We are going to discuss in another video. So for the time being, just have a look over it, listen it thoroughly, watch it once, twice, thrice, and make notes. And this comprehension checks what we were going to discuss in another class. So wait for a while for another video. Okay, for a time being, take care. Bye bye.